in a second. So we'll be live on YouTube now for the world to see your pretty face, Andy.
Well, this is it, mate.
So just keep an eye on the time as we do this. Try and keep everything down to about 10 minutes.
Yep, sound.
Each chat. You'll see. I'll prompt you anyway. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I've just got the message now saying that we're live. Because sometimes it's a bit delayed. Okay, I'm asleep, man. So it's a good job I got this coffee.
Nice hat.
Thank you. Nice headphones. This is getting weird already. I haven't even started.
We ain't going to be able to look at each other tomorrow. Yeah, go for it.
I know, yeah, it's going to be really weird. It's like Sam after going on about that hotel room. Anybody who might be listening, welcome to Topic Nintendo Podcast. Today I've got somebody a little bit different in multiple ways than me, Mr. Andy Raybould.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so normally, you know, I've got somebody from the podcasting community who's a Nintendo fan, but Andy's a little bit different because he's an Xbox fan, not really a Nintendo fan. When was the last console that you owned, Andy, that was a Nintendo?
Right then, so it's probably going to be, technically, I suppose it's going to be a Game Boy, but the home console is going to have to be the SNES, the legendary SNES.
All right, and that's the end of the conversation, so I'm joking.
Oh, so, you didn't have a SNES though, did you, Gary?
No, because I was awesome. I was a Sega kid, you know this.
Oh, right. Of course,
Nintendo. I Sega did what Nintendo don't. You'd be surprised at how many people that can upset.
Bring it on.
I'm sure you could understand.
Okay.
So, Andy, we're going to do your topic first then. And yours was, what games would you like to see on the Switch that would bring you over to Nintendo's side? Come reeling in. So, take it away. What would you like to see on it?
Well, as we've discussed before, you mentioned there was talk of Skyrim. Those kind of games in general, if the Switch brought some of those forward, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Bethesda, big, hard-hitting, badass games, I'd be getting a Switch like a shot.
So do you play much handheld gaming at all, or has it always been home consoles for you?
It's always been home consoles, to be fair. I've never really had handheld. So apart from the Game Boy Color, which is back in the day, so I haven't really experienced the next gen handheld consoles. But I am open to checking them out. I just need the games. The games need to be there.
Yeah. See. Now this is the thing, because as I've said before on the show, I grew up kind of as a gaming fan. Not a Nintendo fan, so I've had multiple systems by different people, from Commodore 64 to Jaguar to Dreamcast to PlayStation to Xbox. I've owned a wide board, but the handhelds, I've never really strayed much from Nintendo, and I think that's the beauty of the Switch, because I've always liked the handheld gaming. I've always liked the shorter, quick burst games and stuff like that. So what is it that draws you so much to the home consoles over the handhelds?
Well, to be fair, I think it's the kind of games I like to play. I like the sandbox, big open world games, and I think they complement a home setup. Nice big telly. You can really get immersed in some of these games, and I don't think I can see myself having that experience on a handheld, to be fair.
Yeah, that's a fair enough way of looking at it. I can agree in a way. To an extent, I never thought I would ever enjoy a big open world game on a handheld, but I think Breath of the Wild totally changed that. And I know you haven't played Breath of the Wild, but it's kind of sort of redefining the open world to an extent. Maybe not in such a strong term, but it's definitely changing it. And having it on a handheld actually works surprisingly well. Now, obviously, Skyrim has been renowned for being the big home console game that's huge and everybody gets lost in it. But that's coming to the Switch later in the year, and it'll be interesting to see how that translates to the portable aspect as well. I mean, one of the greatest things about the Switch is that you can stick it in sleep mode and carry on exactly from where you left off, and it knows, it's like a restore from literally the second that you press that button. So that kind of lends itself to helping the open world games. If it didn't have that, it probably wouldn't have been quite as good. But that'll be interesting to see. So, I mean, I know you've already played Skyrim, and I'm assuming you finished it. Is that at all anything that would sway you to go back to Nintendo at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those sort of games, if the Switch could pull it off, those sort of games would be amazing, because you could just play those games in bed, play them anywhere. More gaming time is good time. So yeah, definitely. And you mentioned the standby thing, where you can just pause the game, shut it down, and continue straight from where you left off. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's
So that would complement
seamless.
Skyrim big time.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing about Zelda that helps it out so much. If it was the point where you turned it off fully, I don't think I would have completed it half as fast. But because you can do that, you can literally just find a safe spot away from baddies, shut it down, turn it straight back on. Now I did at one point close the software every time, but you realise how helpful this like restore thing is, and I think that's going to be a bit of a game changer for Skyrim, because you know how it is with open world games, especially they have really long loading screens. So this sort of eliminates the loading screens to a point.
Yeah, that is one of the worst parts about these giant open world games that I like so much. They absolutely cane you on the load screens. Nothing worse.
Yeah, especially death screens. Whenever you die and it takes forever to restart. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can really do about that. That's something that's going to be there forever, I think. Or at least until they get faster, the consoles. So, so it's predominantly shooters that you play? Is that first or third or a bit of both?
I like. I don't know what kind of game. I don't know what genre you'd class the Dark Souls series as, but games such as Dark Souls, Dragon's Dogma, those sort of games, I'd say kind of. They're like RPGs as such, but there's an adventure exploration aspect to them. I like those kind of games, but I do like shooters as well. But I don't think the Switch would carry off games like Battlefield or anything like that as well, anywhere near as well as RPGs and adventure survival type games.
Yeah, I mean the history with shooters and Nintendo has been a bit scattered and a bit skimming the surface, should we say. They've had shooters that worked on there, and they've also had shooters that definitely didn't work on there. So now it's a bit of a strange one, because you're talking about a difference in power more than anything. However, I think there's workarounds now. I think that the engines and all that sort of stuff are at that point where things can be scaled down fairly easy. And there's crime outside as well, which is
yeah, there's definitely a bit of crime outside. I'm just gazing over at the window there.
But yeah, I mean, it maybe it's a turn of a dial or something, a bit less graphical output, and it could work. Now, one of the things that I sort of praised Nintendo's control schemes for is they kept the gyro, but they've done it well lately. They've used it for fine aiming, especially in Splatoon, which is a third-person shooter. But I kind of know that would make other shooting fans a little bit uncomfortable, so they have to stay as options. But what shooters is it that you'd want to see on there that would also help you decide, right, maybe it's time to get into the handheld thing, maybe it's time to buy its time since the Super Nintendo?
Well, good question. Like I said earlier, I can't really see many of the shooters that I enjoy playing. I play most of my shooters online cooperatively with with a group of lads. I can't see the Switch sort of carrying those off. Like I say, I played Battlefield, Ghost Recon, a few of those games, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Gears of War 4, games like that. To be fair,
yeah. Now, I think on the Wii U we had Black Ops, which worked pretty well. As for the online, there's not very good voice chat, and we're not going to go into the Switch's voice chat because that's already upset a few people. When it works, it actually works pretty well though.
Oh really?
That's a different conversation anyway. But I've always seen the handheld thing as a complement to the home console, and believe it or not, even though the Switch is my home console now, but that's I would have every system if I had the money and the time. I actually see it as more of a companion to the home console. So I kind of see it sitting on the shelf alongside the Xbox and PlayStation. Is that something you see as well, or is it just another
definitely.
home console?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm exactly the same as yourself. I wouldn't say I was a Xbox fanboy. I am a fan of games in general, so I would also have all the consoles. But to have a console like that with the ability to just pick it up and crack on anywhere, that would be awesome. To be fair, so I hope it pulls it out the bag.
Yeah, it's definitely got its advantages. I mean, it's a case of what you're expecting out of it. I think if people are expecting it to be the full powerful home console, that's definitely not the case. But I think it's the best handheld that you're going to get out there. Now, like I say, I've had a lot of handhelds and a lot of home consoles. I really like the Switch, but I think that's more because of my situation. I've got a family. I've got one TV in the house, and that's it, just the one TV. And I've got a daughter who likes to hug most of the TV throughout the day. So for me, I can pick it up out the dock, carry on playing, while everybody else is watching TV, and I can carry on my games that way. Is that something that would be an advantage to you at all, or is it literally a case of you've got two TVs, or
yeah, well, I'm lucky.
You're taking turns.
I've got the man cave, you see. So the good thing about my situation is my girlfriend's working hours are ridiculous, so she goes to bed early, so gaming time for me. So the times I'd appreciate it is when I do a lot of camping and hunting. So obviously, console in the tent or in the camp when it's dark would be amazing. At home, really, I probably would have it docked, as you say. But I definitely like the idea of being able to take it out and about.
Yeah, it's surprising how much you'd actually take it out the dock as well. I think that even sometimes when I've got the entire house to myself, I still end up watching something on the TV and playing it in handheld. So I do two things at once. Probably both badly, if I'm being honest, but it still has an advantage in that way as well. So you say that the main thing that's stopping you buying one is the games. Obviously there's going to be a few other things as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's so much it's the games, really. It's just like the unknown for me. Like going back to, I wouldn't say I was going back to it because I'd still have my home consoles and stuff. But I haven't had a handheld console for a long time. So that plus the games on Nintendo at the minute, such as Mario and that, like I stopped playing those ages ago. So I'd need to revisit all of those games again to truly appreciate the games at the minute. So there's that.
Yeah, I think that goes hand in hand with what I was saying about it complementing other consoles. You don't get the cinematic games and you don't get the shooters half as much as you do on other consoles. So, but you get these little, bursts of platformers and things on Nintendo consoles, which is why I went to Nintendo in the first place. It's my kind of thing. But it's always nice to have that difference from the other consoles in that respect. So is there anything on there at the minute that you're looking at and thinking, well, you know, maybe that alone could sell it? I mean, you like the open world games. Is Zelda going to do anything for you? Or you like your shooters, but Splatoon, I know it's not the same sort of thing, but is that anything that would be on your radar?
Well, you've absolutely hit the nail on the head there with Zelda. I've been following it. I've been following it on YouTube, and obviously your own little reviews there. I've had force fed over the last few months. It sounds like an awesome game, and to be fair, I would definitely be getting Zelda, and Splatoon also looks awesome. I haven't played the first one, but recently I've been watching a few YouTube videos on Splatoon, and it does look like John Barnes, so definitely be going down that road.
And I take it Skyrim would still be another purchase, even though you've already finished it.
Yeah, I'll definitely get Skyrim just because it's like Skyrim handheld, so it's just amazing.
Yeah. Well, so we'll drop that topic off unless you got something else to say.
No, mate. I think we've covered it.
We've gone just about the right time there, about 13 minutes.
Efficiency.
So we're going to go straight onto the other subject now, which is the importance of crossplay. So apparently, I've heard that Minecraft got updated again today for the Switch, which I haven't checked out yet. Maybe that's preparing it for this pack. So that being said, we're going to get crossplay with the Xbox and not the PlayStation, because the PlayStation doesn't want to play ball, but PC and tablets and phones. All these things are going to get together in one big unity. So do you feel this is important for consoles going ahead, or do you think it's just something that's just a nice little touch, but it doesn't really matter?
No, definitely, it's definitely important. It's definitely the way forward. Obviously, the killer is like you got all your mates and stuff. Everyone's got different consoles. Crossplay needs to happen. It'll also knock out of this fanboy business on the head as well. If everyone enjoys the games, a true gamer plays games. You know what I mean? They don't defend consoles to the earth and slag other consoles off. So crossplay, bringing everyone together, definitely the way forward.
Yeah, so we've got Rocket League and Minecraft, which are going to be crossplay for the Switch at the minute, which is I haven't really played much Rocket League, but I've got heavily into Minecraft. Now, I know that's a game that you dropped off, but you used to play quite a lot. So would it actually tempt you to go back to playing it if, say, you could play with the Nintendo fan community or people who are playing it on phones? Or
yeah, definitely. That would be awesome, to be fair, and especially since I last played Minecraft, there has been a number of updates and extras added on, so it'd be a complete different experience. Apparently, it's a lot better game. Now they've fixed a lot of bugs, put a lot of different features in there. So couple that with crossplay, it'd be something I'll definitely go back to. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I think it's an important thing, like I say, to have this crossplay, and I think that even though the Switch has been a bit late on some games, you know, Minecraft is up there at the start of it, and there's a lot of people still playing it at the minute, even with what's out. So I mean, I can't wait to play people who've been, you know, buying Xboxes and PlayStations for years and stuff. And I've got friends who are PC gamers who've played Minecraft and dropped off as well, and they seem pretty on board with playing it again to play crossplay. So I mean, for me, it's going to tempt me to buy Rocket League just for the people out there who've got Xboxes and play Rocket League. Would that be a thing that that you do as well? Would you buy games just for the crossplay?
Yeah, definitely. One of the restrictions of cooperative play on the Xbox, I don't know what it's like on the Switch, is that you only really get the chance to play these kind of games if, you know, with people in your friends list, unless you're on a shoot 'em up, in which case, you know, that's no fun, is it? We've all been in one of those lobbies where, you know, they're all talking about your mom. You know, you ain't gonna get that on this. It's gonna be people who are there for the game. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think the voice chat thing across the platform obviously is going to be a bit of an issue, but there's Discord, and Discord's a brilliant app, and you know, you just invite who you want to be in there rather than everybody. And I actually think it's important to not have voice chat with just any old person. if it's across multiple games, but it should always be an option if you really wanted to. But for me, it's, I don't really want to talk to friends. But I mean, having stuff like mobile phones integrated into this crossplay as well with Minecraft is a big thing, and that opens the world up in my eyes as a gaming fan. So all your nieces and nephews who are growing up with phones as their main console, they're going to be able to join in with you. So I think that's important. And will that affect you at all? Is that something that the rest of your family does, is play mobile games, or are they all console?
My nephew, who I did a lot of Minecraft with at the time, he's stuck on his mobile phone now. So I know he has got Minecraft. So that's probably going to be. I'm probably going to get battered all over again from his mobile phone this time. So.
Yeah, and I mean, Minecraft for me, I started on mobile. That was the first place I played it, and then I didn't really like it on mobile. Even though I've always been a sort of guy, it's never really appealed to me playing on phones quite as much. And even now, it still doesn't. I understand why people like it, and I think it's awesome that people can find happiness playing games on mobiles, but it's not for me. But I know that I will be playing Minecraft with a few people who play it on portable devices. So it's brilliant that we can all get together and just, play regardless of the console war and whose side's on what. So, but do you think that's going to bring an end, so to speak, to the console war? Do you think it's going to calm people down and have them a bit less sweary and defensive over what console they've got?
No, I don't think it's really going to knock it on the head. It'll probably do some good, but you're always going to have that. Especially with the old PC master race kicking off as well. You got all that business.
Yeah, we don't want to talk trash about the PC guys, but screw them.
No, that's it. Yeah, they made their choice.
No, in all fairness, I used to be a PC gamer for a while as well, until I discovered that it takes far too much money and time. Which, fair play to anyone who can put that sort of effort in. But again, they're going to be joining in as well, which I think is important.
That's what it's all about, mate.
I'm the same with you. I don't think it's gonna do anything for the fanboyisms out there. I think they're gonna carry on and still swear by their console. But we're once people are over 30, they don't care so much about what's on what. So I think it's going to be really cool. In all fairness, I hope a lot more games go crossplay. But this also brings the problem of exclusives, because they're never going to be crossplay because they're exclusive.
This is it.
So, yeah. What games would you like to see crossplay?
Well, where do I start? First of all, it would be good to. I like the Dark Souls trilogy. It'd be nice to have that crossplay. Seeing as you can never get an ally to help, and you need help, so that would be nice. That would be quite nice. You'd have more cooperative support there. There's loads of games that I've had in my head. I can't put my finger on any of them now. No. There's an absolute boatload of games I play online. Ghost Recon, that would be awesome. A few of the mates I used to play with have all gone over to PlayStation. Like you say, PlayStation don't want to play, do they?
No, PlayStation don't want to play. No, I mean,
no.
They don't want to know. They're on their high horse at the minute, and they're not going to fall down, I don't think.
What shambles.
So for me, I'm a fan of Monster Hunter, the Monster Hunter games. Now, they have a bit of a weird history with their releases. They all sort of attach to a system for a couple of years, and then they jump ship and attach themselves to a different system for a couple of years. And it's been Nintendo's turn for the last couple of years, but the newest one is coming out on all the other consoles. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Monster Hunter, but if not, it's basically a kind of an MMO, but a bit more confined. cooperative, 4 people take on a giant monster to try and kill it within 45 minutes. Is that something that would be up your street, like playing a game like a World of Warcraft, say, or something like that with other people as well?
Yeah, definitely sounds good. There's been a lack of games like that on the Xbox. I think the closest we've come to that's been the Diablo, latest Diablo. But something like that would be awesome. Yeah, definitely.
You had a game coming called Scalebound, but unfortunately Microsoft pulled the plug on that. So yeah, but but enough about that one anyway. Yeah, for me, Monster Hunter would be the ultimate cross-play game. It's the one that would reel me back into the series full force, because I missed the latest few because of franchise fatigue, should we say? But how about stuff like Assassin's Creed? Would that tempt you back into those games? So I know you don't really play those. So is that something that would draw you in, or would crossplay just be another thing?
If they improved on the cooperative mechanics of that game, then definitely. Because again, I could play with all the guys that are bound to different consoles. It'd be awesome. It'd be absolutely awesome. Assassin's Creed, anything like that. What's that game we were talking about the other day? 7 Days to Die. That would be amazing if we could cross-play that one. Fantastic game. So of course you've got all the indie games as well that appear on the Xbox Store, also Nintendo. If those are cross-play, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, I think for me, I think the best sort of games would be the cooperative ones. Like for cross-play on shooters, I know it probably sounds bad, but I don't see the point unless they're cooperative. Because versus, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, on those sort of games, there's always an abundance of people to play with online anyway. There's always, they're all ready to play, talk trash. Whereas cooperatively, there's a lack of people who want to play co-op games. So crossplay is just what's needed.
And like I said, I think the voice chat thing is going to be the problem with the cooperative games. So, I think it's up to developers then to get smart and find other ways of communicating. But do you see any other issues other than that? Or is it just the voice chat that you think is going to be a problem?
I think it's only going to be the voice chat, to be fair. You're only limited then to the games and, like you say, the exclusives. Apart from that, I think it's going to be a brilliant thing.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to add to that, or?
I'm good.
Yep, that's it then. That's a wrap.
Fucking awesome.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, superb.
So that's it. Another cherry popped.
Fuck.
First podcast for Andy in the bag.
I know, yeah. Tell me about it, man. Mate, how hard is it to talk like that, man?
So I'm going to shut this off live because it's still going. Okay.
Oh, fuck, sorry.